So going through the divorce process, you know, I wanted to go to the world. I tried to go to the world. To be honest with you, the world didn't have nothing for me anymore. Because now that I'm a woman of God, them same desires don't even exist anymore. So I did try to go to the world, and that was it. So we go through this divorce, and I'm trying to remember, God, you said that my ministry will be in my marriage, but my marriage is over. So now what do I do? So I keep going on, and I keep serving God, and I keep praising God, and you know, the divorce was horrible. We went through, it was rough. So we both have moved on in our lives. He had moved on in his life. I started dating, and I just said, you know, God knows the plans he has for me. Forget what I see right now, but I know what God said to me. He said that I was a wife, so I was going to be a wife. So I said, okay, let me get it back together. Let me find out, you know, what I need to do to move on in my life, and I did that. And when I did, the last time I spoke with Women of Radical Praise, I shared my testimony. And one day God spoke to me, and he wanted me to send that testimony to my ex-husband. And I sent that testimony to him, but I didn't understand. I didn't know why he wanted me to do it, but I did it anyway. So I sent it to him, and then he began to call me and apologize to me. And then God started dealing with his heart. And he said, you know, when you send me that testimony, you don't even know what was going on in my heart. And I'm like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, you know, God was dealing with my heart, and he was telling me different things about me and you. And I'm like, no, God ain't telling you no things about me and you, because it's over. And so then I began to pray, and I began to ask God, what is he saying to me about this situation? And God began to deal with my heart. And that was hard, because I didn't want to believe that God would heal me from all of this hurt that this man had caused me, going through the divorce, and you know, I dealt with some things in the marriage as well. And I didn't want to believe that, but God started dealing with my heart. God began to soften in my heart to forgive him. And God told me to forgive him. And that was hard. That was rough. Because how do you forgive somebody that hurt you so much? But if I want God's forgiveness, I had to forgive. And then I had to remember, it's not about him. It's about God's will being done in the earth. And God told me that I can do all things through him that strengthened me. And greater is he that's in me than he that is in the world. That I didn't have to be defeated by the enemy or defeated by the unforgiveness. So I did forgive him. And needless to say, that me and my ex-husband are being reconciled, and we are getting married in December. And my father, that I didn't have a relationship with no more, he is walking me down the aisle. So all things work together for the good of those that are called according to his purpose. And we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us.